What's up, everybody? PokéKaos here with a Pokemon trading card game online video. And I know it's been a while, but I've been working on trying to build some decks, and fortunately enough, I was very, very close to making one of the World Championship decks. This is the Juniors Division second place deck. At the time, I don't think Ancient Origins was out just yet. And I say that because now this deck has a very big weakness to grass, and two prominent grass types came out of Ancient Origins. One being Vespiquen, Be Revenge. If you can get it to 120 damage, you can take out Primal Groudon in one hit. I want to view it. Yeah, you can take out Primal Groudon in one hit if it does 120 because it's weak to grass. Also, Sceptile and Mega Sceptile EX from Ancient Origins as well. But it's still a World Championship deck. I would love it if that went away there. Whatever, it's just energy. But right here I can show you everything that's in the deck. We have Bunnelby. This allows you to either discard the top card of your opponent's deck or shuffle a card from your discard pile into your deck. Personally, I've never actually had to use the second attack to shuffle any cards from my discard pile into my deck, but I do believe that's the main one you would want to use. We got Groudon, which is pretty simple. And then Primal Groudon, of course, which Gaia Volcano does 100, and if there's a Stadium card in play, it does 100 more, but you have to discard the Stadium. So a thing about this deck that I thought was weird was there are no Groudon Spirit Links. And I don't know if that was, I'm assuming that was intentional. This is a World Championship deck. But you can see the deck right here. I don't think any other cards really show... I don't think any of the other cards really are necessary for me to show off. I did want to mention that this deck is an expanded deck. We have Computer Search and N that are the only two cards that are expanded. I don't think Silent Lab's expanded. No, that's Primal Clash. So this deck could be made standard by just getting rid of Computer Search and N for probably like Shauna or Professor Birch's Observation, and I mean whatever you want to replace the Ace Spec card. But I'm going to go ahead and X that out just in Deck Manager to show off what the deck looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and not go to standard, go to expanded, have the Primal Groudon deck there, and I'm going to look for an opponent. And apparently I got a timer, but it I don't know if it's working very well. So, okay, I won the coin flip. This is a slower deck, I would have to say. Especially because, well, you get matches like this where you don't have Groudon or Primal Groudon in your hand. They both take 4 energies to use their main attack, which is a little unfortunate, but I do have Karina, which will allow me to get Groudon and a trainer card. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the Professor's Letter just to get some energies. We'll play Groudon here, we'll play the Fighting Energy on him, and we'll play the Professor's Letter to get 2 more. Because, like I said, it does take 4. Groudon does have an attack that takes 2, but we're not going to use that right now. Now, this Suicune is a problem. I just thought about that. I don't know what I'm going to do against this Suicune. Because it has Safeguard, which prevents the attacks. It prevents damage from attacks by EX Pokemon. And I don't know if there's anything that this deck can do against that, which is not a good thing. Huh. It's not a good thing at all. So I'm going to go ahead and play the other Fighting Energy here, though. I'm debating on playing Primal Groudon right away. I think I'm going to just go ahead and play Primal Groudon right away. I don't know what I'm going to do, because there are no Psychic Energies in this deck. So I can't use Wobbuffet. I do believe there might be like one Lysander. But even then, I always forget that you have to actually play Robo Substitute as a trainer card before it goes onto your bench. So I'm going to go ahead and play Professor Sycamore. I do get the Fighting Energy. I can't use Mega Turbo. But I can put the Hard Charm here on Wobbuffet to prevent Suicune from taking me out too quickly. Your opponent plays trainer cards, hitting Pokemon tools, same card. No. I don't know how I'm supposed to take this thing out. I think I'm kind of screwed in this case. Which is weird, because why would you build a deck that gets completely walled by Suicune? I don't know if I'm missing something. This card is attached to you 30 more. I don't know. I have to be missing something in the deck. We'll just get the other Groudon. And yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do. I'm gonna go ahead and just concede this one, because I really don't think I can do anything against Suicune. Sucks that I had to waste time. But like literally there was nothing. So okay, going up against the Dark deck here, that obviously means that there's no Suicune or Sigilif that has the same ability. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head right now. But we'll see what I can do here. Like that. The deck was just, it was completely walled by Suicune. And, like, unless I'm missing something. So, I mean, some of these decks do have ways around, some of the World Championship decks do have ways around things like Suicune. I'm thinking, like, the Blastoise / Keldeo EX deck has Blastoise, so if you really needed to, you could attack with Blastoise instead. Okay, I finally get Groudon, but my hand is not good. Like, really, I have 3 Professor Sycamores in my hand right now. I don't know how this deck won second place. I really don't. There's got to be something to this deck that I'm not understanding. Because, I mean, this deck doesn't have Groudon Spirit Link. It doesn't have hardly anything that kind of makes sense. It doesn't have Muscle Band. I mean, with Primal Groudon, sure, you can do 200, and sure, you can add more with the strong energies, but it still just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't know what this thing's gonna do to me. Let's put a card from your discard pile into your hand. That's fine. I was gonna evolve. Oh well. I was going to evolve, but I don't have to now. Of course I get tournament tokens. You see I have 159 tournament tokens up on top. I don't need more, and I really don't think I'm going to get the versus points to get the 600 tokens. Maybe. Maybe. Now this deck I could beat, for sure. It's a lightning deck. Most lightning Pokemon are weak to fighting. And that's obviously the main focus of this deck is fighting. So I do have the Groudon, I do have Professor's Letter, I do have Silent Lab, which actually, yeah, Silent Lab is... No, wait. Yeah, Silent Lab is the way of beating Suicune. But that's still, there's only one. Not gonna play computer search just yet. This Emolga isn't weak to fighting, it is resisted to fighting, and you just used a Pokeball. That's different. Most people don't use Pokeballs at all. So I'm going to go ahead and put Strong Energy here. I'm kind of thinking of... I'm going to computer search, and I'm going to get rid of Switch and a Fighting Energy for Primal Groudon. If they're not all frickin'... Okay. One of them is a prize. And then I'm going to evolve. Right now. Seems a little odd, but what I can do is next turn, since I now have a Fighting Energy in the discard pile, I can attach one from my hand. I can Mega Turbo to get the other one, and I can Lysander out the Manectric and take it out in one hit. Static Shock doesn't do anything to me, which is good. So we'll Lysander out the Manectric. Sure, I'm going to lose Silent Lab, but at this point it doesn't really seem too useful, so it's fine. And I do get to take 2 prizes for that, which there's the other Primal Groudon. Couldn't get full arts except for the one that I already had. Okay, Raichu Break. That's actually interesting, especially considering you used the Furious Fist one. I don't know. Eesh, okay, so let's play Robo Substitute, play it as a trainer. I always try to play Robo Substitute as a Pokemon, and then I always try to play Shaman as a trainer. Shaman's actually not in this deck, which is another thing that's kind of surprising. But I always try to play Shaman as a trainer for whatever reason. Now this... Okay. I'm not afraid of this Zekrom. I'm actually thinking of Lysandering out the Raichu. How many Silent Labs are in this? I don't know how many Silent Labs are in this deck. Never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah. Definitely gonna Lysander out the Raichu. Not even thinking about it. And Gaia Volcano. I mean, sure, this deck's good against electric decks, of course, because everything's weak to frickin'... Almost everything is weak to fighting. The only things that aren't weak to fighting are, like, Emolga and Zapdos. But I'll go ahead and do one more battle. I think I have enough time for one more battle as long as I don't go up against something ridiculously powerful. This guy's got fighting and colorless. He also has Zoroark Break Hair for whatever reason. So we'll see what he decides to do. Let me go first, which of course I don't have Groudon. But I don't really know what he's planning on doing either, so personally I think Groudon's the best thing that I can do at this point. I can play Bunnelby and Wobbuffet on my bench. Just have things there. I'm going to play the Silent Lab, and I'm going to play the Robo Substitute just to get rid of some cards. He has a Makuhita, which... I mean, the Continuous Slap, if you get extremely lucky, could take me out in one hit, of course. But you would have to get 9 heads in a row. So, I don't expect that to happen. And it takes 2 energies anyways, so that's another thing. Now, of course, I don't have any energies. I don't have any way of getting more energies right now. I'm going to have to figure something out if this person wants to make a move. I know all you have is Makuhita. You probably should just concede or be in it. I hate people that take forever. I really do. Okay, you're going to use Charon. That was another thing I forgot to mention, because Charon has a technical reprint in Tierno. See, Charon was a black and white card. It's no longer part of Standard. Tierno's a X and Y card that is Standard. And this deck in the actual deck list uses the actual deck list uses Professor Juniper instead of Professor Sycamore. Professor Sycamore is the exact same thing, just different card name. I put Professor Sycamore in here because it's the standard version. You might as well just have the standard version. So if you want to make the deck a standard deck, you have to make less changes. I'm assuming most people use Professor Juniper because it does have a full art version. So, and you know, if you're in the World Championships, you're probably using the rarest valued cards. I'm sure the person that had this deck probably had 3 full art Groudon EXs and 3 full art Primal Groudon EXs. So, I don't know. Here I'm going to go for the full art Primal Groudon because why not? And I'm going to say not Robo Substitute, Professor's Letter, just to get more energies. I thought about playing Primal Groudon right now, but I could also... I'm going to attack with Groudon. I'm just going to keep using Groudon right now. Because Massive Rend takes out Landorus in one hit. Whereas with Silent Lab, well, with Primal Groudon, I'd have to get rid of the Silent Lab in order for it to take it out. I mean, Hawlucha loses its ability because of Silent Lab, but all that does is make it able to hit my non-EXs. So, doesn't really help there. So he's going to try to get rid of the Bunnelby. I would actually be okay with him getting rid of the Bunnelby, because Bunnelby has no use at this point, but I'm going to go ahead and use Burrow. I get rid of a fighting stadium, and we're going to get rid of another card because it does have the Barrage ancient trait. If you want to get rid of my Bunnelby, go ahead and get rid of my Bunnelby. Bunnelby's not really serving any purpose right now. I already have Groudon built up. If you take out Bunnelby, I can use Teammates. It just helps. Of course, this person's deck is kind of difficult, so it is taking a little bit longer than 20 minutes. My timer is not lit up. It doesn't stay lit up for however long it's supposed to. Of course, you get frickin' tails on your first coin flip, so I can't use Teammates. But we'll go ahead and, well, I guess I'll get an escape rope, because then it forces him to switch into one of his other Pokemon. Unfortunately, I can't take out Landorus in one hit right now because I did use an energy on Bunnelby. But I can do some damage to something. If he decides to go out to Landorus, I can potentially get rid of the energy. Although it does just give him a second energy to then get back with Shout of Power. I figured he was going to go on the Landorus just because it seems kind of obvious. But I'm going to go ahead and use Rip Claw. Game's kind of lagging a bit. I do get rid of the energy. Again, he had an energy in the discard pile, so he's still going to get an energy onto one of his Pokemon with Shout of Power. Except he's going to put a double colorless energy on Landorus, which kind of has me scratching my head, because it just really doesn't make sense. Okay, he's going to switch back out to Maku. What are you doing? You're going to Lysander out my Bunnelby. Okay. Okay, Bunnelby's down. Bunnelby goes down. It's fine. It's perfectly okay. I bring out Groudon. I'm now able to... might as well just Lysander out his Landorus. Get rid of it with Massive Rend. At this point, there's no point in evolving into Primal Groudon. I'm getting my first prize of the game, being another Lysander, which is helpful. Everything he has is going to take 150 damage. At this point, I could Primal Evolve, but again, there's no reason to. It's just going to force me to lose my turn, which is why I don't understand why there's no Groudon Spirit Link in this deck. I could make some changes to this deck and use it maybe in Standard or something, but I wanted to use the actual pure unedited deck, the deck that somebody actually got second place in the World Championships with, just to see how well it would work in the TCGO format. I can definitely say that you're going to see different decks in TCGO than what you would see in a tournament. Definitely. I'm sure people use different decks, whether they're in like their city championships, the regional championships, and the world championships. This guy's taking a while. I feel like he's purposely taking a while. Maybe the game's just lagging. I don't know. I don't have anything open that should make it lag this much. I've recorded TCGO fine before. This video is going into 25-minute territory. Connection with server has been lost. Okay, well, that's going to be it for the video then. I would have won, but it probably would have taken me another 10 minutes. But whatever. If you guys enjoyed the video, do make sure to hit the like button. I'm still in the process of trying to put the other 3 decks together. I need Blastoise with Deluge. I need Landorus EX from some set that I'm not even sure of. And I need some other cards that I'm just... I think I need at least 2 more Keldeo EXs. And I need 2, 3, probably even 4 Seismitoad EXs. But that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed the video, I know I already said it, but I'm going to say it again. Make sure to hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, I should have said this in the beginning, make sure to subscribe for more TCGO content and other Pokemon-related content in general. I will see you guys next time. Bye.